Frosty, all on my dick, let the grip get him off. Cooking, sauce.
I'm here with the phenomenal, the real B Billz, dope rapper or artist. What do you consider yourself, rapper or hip hop artist?
Hip hop artist.
Hip hop artist. Okay, so tell us how you got into the music industry.
I would say it started when I was probably like 15, 16. Just started, rapping with my cousin. He very much inspired me to rap. Mm-hmm. He was rapping first before me, and then I started, and I realized I was really good. So he ended up getting locked up, and I decided to pass the torch and just, just keep going with it. And I started doing showcases, and I started winning first place, second place, and I was just like, okay, maybe I'm meant for this, you know what I'm saying? And then, I just kept going, and I just noticed the feedback from everybody, whether they was a stranger or a friend or family member, and I just realized this is something that I really want to do because I've always had a love for music anyway. I cannot hear you.
Can you hear me now?
There you go.
Okay, where are you originally from?
Bronx, New York.
Bronx, New York. So you have a up north sound. You've mastered up north and down south to make your music. So what did you prefer? Like who were your favorite rappers growing up?
Like Fabulous, Eminem, Jadakiss, D Block, stuff like it was like the hardcore bar spitting type, you know what I'm saying? Atmosphere. Mm-hmm. And then I started to, as music evolved, I started to get into, the auto-tune stuff and everything like that. But originally I was always about like the bar spitters, Lloyd Banks, people like that. They intrigued me, and I just based my image and my style off of them, mm-hmm. but then kind of created my own style within the inspiration. You get what I'm saying?
Right. Well, art imitates art. I mean, that's, in a roundabout way, once you make it your own, like you said, you gave it your own style. So now you're doing your own thing, which is phenomenal. And Lloyd Banks is underrated, by the way. Underrated.
Right. Very.
So what did you want to be when you grew up? Like, was there ever an aspiration?
To be honest, I wanted to be a pediatrician.
Okay.
That was like something that I wanted to do for a while until I got the information needed, and I was like, okay, nah, because they was like 10 years in college and all kind of craziness, and I was like, that's a long time, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like my attention span wasn't that long at that time to sit there through school for that long,
Right. So, well, it's not really that long. It's the fellowship. Like if you go into a fellowship, that's when it becomes, and that's like fellowship, PhD, is just so many different elements. You still can be a pediatrician, truth be told. Like the older you are, the harder it is to remember stuff for sure. But, you can still tap into that. Not saying that the music career ain't where it's supposed to be, but it's always good to have more than one stream of income, like fool the crowd. You know what I'm saying?
I respect that, definitely. It's a lot of things I want to do besides music. I'm just kind of using that as my main talent, my main focus to get me to where else I want to be, like film and different things like that. So
you already tapping into other things. You actually run a business too, so can we talk about that?
Yeah, me and my mom, we have a cleaning business, a janitorial service. We do government contracting for like the Navy, the Army, Air Force, stuff like that. So we've been in business since 2007. Mm-hmm. So I wear many different hats. You know what I'm saying? But that's what helps fund the music,
Right.
So that's always, priority number one.
Facts. So you said that you had stepped away from the music to help your mom with the business. So was that a hard choice?
It's always hard when you step away from the things that you love to do, and I feel like I wasn't really myself And I didn't notice that for a while until I got back into doing music, that I realized that I was really kind of unhappy with myself because I wasn't doing what I felt was my calling, you know?
Right.
But at the same time, you know, family means everything to me, and family always comes first. So, you know, I got to do what I got to do for my family and, you know, to help, you know, put food on the table. So the music at that time wasn't bringing me any source of income at all because I still didn't know the business. So, you know, now I know the business, and now I'm actually getting money off my streams and my views and different things like that. So, you know, but that's I took a couple of breaks, you know, just feeling like, you know, I'm supposed to be somewhere and then I'm not there, and I just get frustrated, or, you know, I have people in my circle that were the wrong people, you know, leading me in the wrong direction, and things weren't going right, and I just be like, I'm done with this, you know.
Right.
But I'm here to stay this time.
Okay. Well, you never left. You just, I mean, and a break is a break. You never left. You just,
right.
Let me wrap my head around what's going on right now. And that's life. You know, you cannot stop life from happening. It's going to happen whether you make a moves or not. So you got to learn how to pivot. So speaking of pivoting, how did you get through the pandemic?
It's crazy because I just had a radio station interview yesterday, and we was talking about that, and I was saying that it for me, it was kind of more of a positive thing. I got to be home with my family a whole lot more, my wife, my kids, you know, and you know, we had just moved out here not too long before the pandemic, so we was getting the house together and just, you know, getting the furniture right, getting everything right, throwing out old stuff. So we was really having a ball in here, just being around each other and, you know, renovating the crib and stuff like that. So I didn't really take it as a negative thing. But I see that it affected a lot of people negatively. So it was still like, you know, messed up. You know what I'm saying? It was a messed up situation for a lot of people. And then when you do want to go out, you can't, and you want to go to dinner, you want to go do this, you want to do that, you can't. So, you know, it was a crazy time, but I took everything from it and just made it a positive situation, you know? That's
right. You turned the negative into positive. Were you performing? Like, how did the business do? Did it boom?
Actually the business was still in effect, which is great that we have a cleaning business. So at that time, you need cleaning, you know what I'm saying? And them Army recruitment centers and the Navies and all that, they weren't really shut down like that. Right. So, you know, we still were in business, thank God. And, you know, the business was still going great. And then, you know, over time, I just was writing. And, you know, I was just like, you know, once I could get back in the studio, I'm going to, you know what I'm saying? Get busy for real. And that's what I did.
So you went through a lot. You stopped and started. I mean, I can't even tell you. There's been times where I felt stretched mentally, you know, just dealing with the kids, dealing with school, and trying to figure out, okay, do I need to stop something? You know, and I've always had other people to pour into me to let me know that I'm still headed in the right direction and to keep doing what I'm doing. So what is one of those words of encouragement or a golden nugget that kept you motivated through it all?
My family, my wife, my kids, they love my music. You know, they recite it word for word. They know all the lines, you know what I'm saying? Watch my videos. And then especially my mom, you know, my mom, she wants this for me probably more than I wanted for myself, I think, because she always wanted to be a singer when she was younger. Aww. So, you know, she sees my talent. She's, you know, she see how long I've been doing this. So she was always somebody that, you know, she'll watch, you know, award show or something and be like, oh, I see you up there. I'm mad you not up there. Why are you not up there? Or you need to get back doing music. You know, my wife, you know, she's like my number one fan. So she playing my music in the house, like, you know, just different things, you know. Some of my peers, you know, telling me like, bro, like you got to get back on your joint, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, those encouraging words just gave me the ammunition to say, you know what? I'm gonna go hard or go home this time, you know?
Thanks. So, and speaking of going hard or going home, you got 93,000 views on Such a Vibe. And that is a vibe, by the way. So
108.
Oh, it went up. Say word.
108 right now, yeah.
Okay, you're doing numbers. Tell me.
Yeah, it's going crazy right now.
The motivation and the stimulus behind that track.
So what I do, especially that when I'm driving home, because I live in Connecticut right now, but you know, I'm always back and forth from New York. So a lot of the times when I'm in traffic, because it's a pretty decent ride, you know, I just listen to beats. And Vonté, which is an artist that I just started working with not too long ago, he's a really dope singer. So I'm like, you know what? I want to get a song with me and him. We had already did a song prior to that, but then I'm like, I want to get something more soulful, something that brings back that old feeling. And I was just going through the beats, and then I heard the Wayne Wonder sample on the beat, and I was like, ooh, this is different. I'm like, this is gonna catch them, because you know that's what everybody's doing right now. You know what I'm saying? Even with the drill music, they're just using samples of old songs that were hits, and it just brings you a sense of like old new. So when I heard it, I sent it to him. He was like, oh my God, we about to kill this. You know what I'm saying? He wrote his part, I wrote mine. We got in the studio, and it was magic from there. And I just knew, I was like, this is a hit right here. Like, this one is, we got a lot of them too. We got some more coming out soon, but that one is definitely a hit. You know, I knew it would catch on, because, you know, I feel like the music industry is lacking that real good music factor. You know, everything is either drill and violence, or, you know, popping perks and lean and all, you know what I'm saying? And that's cool, because, you know, in the club, you want to bop to that, you want to dance to that, you know what I'm saying? But nobody's really bringing back timeless classical music, you know, and if they are, it's very few. So, you know, I just felt like the streets, the clubs, the households, they needed that vibe. That's why I named it such a vibe.
Okay. Are you an independent artist, or like you said, you wanted to work with him? So what else are you doing with your artistry?
So I have a label. I haven't really done nothing crazy with it yet. But I definitely have a label. It's called B. And you know, in the near future, once I get myself established, I have a few artists that I definitely want to sign that are very dope and very talented as well. But right now I'm just focusing on me. I feel like that was a problem that I had before as well. When I first started really doing music, I had a team that I was with, and I was focused on everybody, you know? And I feel like now that I focused all my energy into me, it's working for me. So I want to do that. But at the same time, I'm still giving them light. Like Burners, he's on my album. Vonté, he's on my album. Like, I'm still giving them light, so that, you know, they still can pick up their little fan bases as well, while I'm still on my journey. So that when the time comes, they're already familiar with them, you know? So
Right.
But I'm independent right now. You know, we're figuring maybe by the end of the year, might start shopping around for a deal. Maybe not. Maybe I blow up, you know, big enough to where I don't need a label, you know? And, you know, I'm all for the independent thing, you know? But at the same time, you know, being independent costs a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? So without a sturdy investor or something like that, you're spending a lot of money out your own pocket that comes out of your family's pocket, you know? So, hey, listen, if they want to sign me and they giving me a good offer, I'm gonna take it. You know what I'm saying?
In your eyes, you know, I hear it, like when I do interviews, a lot of people prefer being independent just because of the flexibility and the freedom that comes with that. So when you say good offer, what is a good offer for you?
A good offer for me would be where I have a good amount of creative control over what I do. I don't want to be told, you know, what I can't do. I like to be very free with my music, especially my music. Certain things are understandable, but as far as my music goes, I want to really be able to freely create. And also, you know, I want a good percentage of my masters, my royalties. Like, you know, when you're a new artist, they take most of it, you know? So I need something to be able to leave behind for my family, you know? So
that part.
You know what I'm saying? So if them things ain't up to my standards, then I'd rather stay independent, because, you know, I'm not making a whole lot of money right now, but I am making money, and it's only going to get bigger as I get bigger. So, you know, me personally, I'd rather wait till I get to that level to where now those offers have to be in my favor, you know, because now they see, like, listen, he's doing this all by himself. You know what I'm saying? We got to offer him something, you know, big and major. So, you know, but I'm letting God lead the way, and, you know, whatever he feels is for me, it'll be for me, you know?
Okay, so this is a spiritual journey for you.
Yeah, this time, you know, it wasn't before. This time it is, and ever since I've been letting him lead the way, it's been going really well.
Oh, So that's good. So here, and letting God lead you. So here's one of my questions, and I like asking this question, especially since the Oscars. I mean, you knew it was coming, right?
I had my wife smiling. I look at her like, that's crazy. That's crazy. I didn't see that. That's crazy. Okay, good. I'm sorry.
So, relationships, family, friends. First 5 people that comes to mind that will call you out on your mess, protect you, and keep you from making the biggest mistake of your life, like smacking the heck out of somebody on national television.
My wife is number one. She's number one. I think she called me out on my mess every day. She tired of my mess. My mom for sure. My dad. My sons. Both my sons. So I have my youngest son, and then my oldest son. They both have 2 different godfathers. So those are my best friends. So definitely those 2. So I would say those 5 right there. Definitely gonna tell me about myself if I'm wrong, and I'll do the same with them. You know, I don't expect it any other way.
Big ups to your wife, because you know they dragging Jada right now because she ain't stopped that man. So
yeah, I got opinions about that. I just know what it. I feel like it's a double-edged sword with that situation, because you know, as a husband and somebody that is definitely protective of my family, you know, I can't say he was wrong for it.
Man,
I could say that the picking and choosing when to act like that is a little weird to me.
Right.
You know,
right.
if you're gonna have that energy at all times.
At all times.
You know, so that's my only problem with it. I also, I just seen a post about Jada speaking out about how she wished he didn't do that. And somebody said, you know, you don't speak out on your husband in public. You talk to him in person, but, you know, you don't do that to him because he's already getting attacked and he was protecting you. So you don't do that. And I feel like she's very wrong for that. I know my wife wouldn't do that. She probably, later on, we go to the back, she gonna be like, hey, why you did that? You crazy, why you did that? Like, I don't think you should have did that. But I'm telling you right now, if we standing there and having an interview, she gonna be like, hey, listen, he felt like he needed to protect my honor. And where I might feel like he didn't have to, he did what he needed to do, and I respect him for it. That's what she was supposed to do, you know? So they're both wrong, you know? Like, I mean, when it comes to loving people and defending them, sometimes there is no right or wrong. It's whatever you feel at the moment. Nobody can tell you that you're wrong for defending your wife, because if that person's put in that situation, they might have done the same thing, you know? I just feel like he's a comedian, so you gotta, and they both kind of chuckled about it, so it was weird. I feel like it was all planned.
Well,
honestly.
I think he was deflecting. It is misplaced anger.
Right?
Yeah, it's misplaced. Definitely misplaced anger. He like, you gonna be the last person.
That's what I told my wife. I said, he was the last person. Like, I'm not doing this anymore.
This ain't gonna happen. Now it's a smorgasbord of jokes every day. So I'm like, you just lit a bomb and made it go off. Like, where they do that at? So I'm glad wifey gonna go. She gonna put you in a headlock and punch you in the head in the back if you even try it. So big ups to wifey for having your back, because mental health it's not taboo anymore, but we're still not talking about it, especially with the men. So do you think that's important, especially in rap community?
Oh, I go to therapy, so I'm all for that. I'm all for that. I'm definitely all for that. You know, where I come from the trenches, you know, so you know, that's very frowned upon. And you know, at first I accepted that, and I was like, you know what, I don't want to do no therapy. You know what I'm saying? But you know, as time went on, I started making certain mistakes based off my anger and different things like that. You know, I just realized, like, you know, I'm gonna end up somewhere I don't want to be. So maybe I need to talk to somebody other than people that love me. You know, somebody that has a non-biased opinion about the things that I feel or think, and will tell me their honest opinion based off of not knowing me, just off what's right, what's wrong over me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, and it has helped me out tremendously. So, I always tell people, like, you know, if you feel like you need to talk to somebody, get therapy, man. There's nothing wrong with that. You know, there's nothing wrong with that at all. It keeps you fresh. You know, it keeps your mind fresh. It keeps you thinking about the right things and moving about things the right way. So, you know, I'm all for it. Definitely.
Well, and family and friends I remember I was going through a lot with my daughter and confiding in a friend so much to the friend was like, I'm not even going to answer that phone call. So
Right.
so much that your family and friends can carry on their back because they're dealing with their own life too. So I think that's highly important to speak to a professional and not, give that dead weight to your friends because they can't carry it. They can't carry it either. So,
Right.
Amicable balance. What's that like for you now?
Woo, balance is very hard right now, only because I'm experiencing for the first time really being busy, like really being embedded into my work and my art, and just trying to find time for family time, find time to write, do music, go to the studio. And then, now I'm doing a bunch of tours. So not being home, then coming home and just wanting that time for my family. And to be honest, it doesn't always work that way because I'm still working, even if I'm not, if I'm not on tour, I still got to work. I'm still getting phone calls. I'm still doing interviews. So, it's hard, and my wife, she's being very strong about it. I know a lot of times it bothers her, but she's still being supportive. So, I just try my best to make as much time as I possibly can so that when I'm not here, it's like, okay, I got to spend time,
Right.
It's hard though. It's hard, and it's only going to get harder. But I feel like as long as we have a strong foundation and, everybody's trying and doing their part, there's nothing that we can't get through.
Big ups to wifey again, because good God.
She the truth. She dope. She the truth. She the truth.
So, and then speaking of that, like you said, you're doing tours. You got a lot going on. So do you have out new material? Tell me about those tours.
So I just dropped the album, I want to say March 4th. So I dropped it on March 4th. Right now we had 263,000 streams.
Wow.
So it's going bananas right now. Got a lot of visuals off the album on YouTube. So I'm just really, running around promoting some of my hit singles off that album right now. And while I'm still working on my new album as well. So it's a lot, but it's fun. It's what I love to do, entertain people and see people's faces like, wow, this dude really nice. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, like I said, the album is crazy. It's doing its numbers right now, and next project gonna be even crazier.
Do you envision movie scores?
Oh yeah, definitely. That's my next step is getting my music on movies, but also being in movies and then later on directing movies as well. Because I have a very vivid imagination. If you look at all my videos, all of the videos are my ideas.
Oh wow.
You know what I'm saying? I don't really let the cameraman dictate where we're going. I always come with the ideas already. I come with the place, wherever we're gonna shoot at, that's all me. So a lot of times when people give my cameraman credit, I let them because he still has to put it together.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But they don't really know that it's me that's the one orchestrating 90% of the production on what's going on set, where we're shooting, what time, who needs to be there. That's all me, So okay. I have very dope visions and, someday I'll be able to bring them to life on like a big screen,
Right. Those are your creative concepts. So you remind me of that. What's this? Toby, you know who I'm talking about? The rapper who does lime green or mint green. Everything is mint green, no matter what. Toby, God, I can't think of his name. But just
I gotta look that up.
Yeah, just the creative aspect of having your own creative control, directing all your own stuff. Because he may be the cameraman, but he's not a visionary.
Right.
Those are two different things. So I think that's a very unique quality that you have as an artist. So hopefully you are manifesting. You said it here first. You're taking your work to the big screen. So for now, what's your buzz singles that's coming out and where can viewers follow you?
So right now, Such a Vibe and New Clouds are like the hit singles off the album. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna be dropping some new material soon. I got a song called Dykeman Vibes coming out. That's with another featured artist. I got another song with Vonté that I'm gonna drop called Lifeline. It's more of the Afrocentric style. So that's gonna be dropping soon. and a lot more, a whole lot more. I got a lot of music. So, but yeah, y'all can definitely look out for those 2 tracks coming out soon. I'm gonna wait till it gets a little hotter, so everybody's outside and they get in the feel of the good music. They can find me on Instagram. That's where I'm mainly at. The Real B Billz. So that's the Real BBILLZ. The Real B Billz. I got TikTok, the Real B Billz as well. I'm not really on it like that, but they've been getting on me about getting more on it. So I'm actually one of my new songs. I'm actually gonna do a TikTok challenge with that.
Oh snap!
So I'm gonna get more into that, and you know, look up my YouTube, B Billz with a Z. You're gonna see all my content, all my videos. I got a lot of visuals up there, a lot more visuals coming, you know, and like I said, tours. I'm not gonna say whose tours yet, but y'all gonna see the tours when they come out, you know, when you see me out there in y'all city or whatever. But we working, we definitely working.
Well, congratulations with everything, because when people say that, they're like, the ink ain't dried yet. When that ink
dry. I learned my lesson with that. No.
So y'all follow him. He's nice. His lyrical flow is definitely it's unique. You know what I'm saying? It's something you can bop to. It's just music. It's music.
Drip, Fonté, all on my dick, let the grip get him off. Cooking, saucy, it's Donald G, nigga, we bossy. Torture, Swishy's the vehicle, laid him in coffin. Grunts,